Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about this Sofirn model number IF24 Pro flashlight. It has 1800 lumens of max output, 340 lumens of throw, USB Type-C charging. We flip it around the back, you can freeze frame this and check out the specifications here. And you can see here that it's made in China. Now here's a look at the Sofirn IF24 Pro flashlight. You can see it's got a magnetic tail cap, so it mounts and you can rotate this 360 degrees. Now we reviewed the Sofirn IF24 flashlight on this channel before. You'll see I have it right here. There's the IF24. So you can see that these two lights look very similar, the Sofirn IF24 and the 24 Pro. The difference is in the emitter of these two lights. So the Pro has a different emitter. It has the SFT40 emitter with a buck driver. Now the Sofirn IF24 puts out 2000 lumens. The Pro puts out 1800 lumens. So it's a little bit less lumens, but it has a softer light, about 5000 K, and has a longer throw. So those are the major differences in the two lights. Now, we've reviewed this Sofirn IF24 Pro before. I'll put a link in the video at this point and you can check that out and it'll have all the details on that light. But that's the major difference. And what really started all this off was the Sofirn IF23. This flashlight came out with a one-button user interface. Some people thought that was a bit complicated to operate the three different lights that this flashlight has. So Sofirn put on this rotary switch that you can use to change the light modes. Now if you look at this IF24 Pro, you can see right now the rotary switch is on lockout, so that light will not turn on in your bag accidentally. Now if I turn this switch counterclockwise, it goes to the flashlight mode, and you can see a little green status indicator tells you the charge status of the battery on the side of the light. But now the flashlight's on the front end of this light. Now if I turn it to the next setting, you'll see it turns on this RGB light here on the side of the light. Right now it's on red, and I can double tap and I can make it flash. If I double tap this, it'll go through all sorts of RGB modes, right? Flashing modes. There's several different modes that this can go through. I'm just going to keep going through some here. Some are like waterfall, rainbow modes. Anyway, just kind of a fun RGB light. Of course, if I tap that button, it turns the flashlight off. And if I rotate this switch to the next setting, you'll see it goes to a white light. And then I can double tap to get that light to go on turbo. Sorry, but it's probably too bright there. And if I hold it down, it'll change the different brightness modes, low, medium, high. And if I switch around to the next setting, counterclockwise, it goes back to that lockout mode. So that's how the Sofirn IF24 Pro works. You'll see here it has sort of a black matte finish. All these Sofirn lights have that. I really like that finish. Peel this up here and I can turn it to the side. You can see that USB-C port there on the side. I can plug in here and start charging the light. You'll see that red light comes on the side here. It indicates that it's charging. So USB Type-C charging. And there you have it. That's the Sofirn IF24 Pro. So let's see if we can share the differences in the flashlight beams on these two lights. Here's the medium setting on the original IF24. You can see what it looks like there, a bright white. Now we'll turn on the Sofirn Pro and it's got a warmer light there. You can see the beam looks a little bit warmer, hopefully. But that's the major difference between these two flashlights. Otherwise, they're the same. Again, check out the original video. I'll talk about all the features in this flashlight, and I'll talk about this original IF23. So this IF23 had a single switch on the front. You could press it once and turn on the flashlight. If you turn it off and then double tapped, it would turn on this side white COB light. And then you could triple tap when it's off and you get this RGB light. So that's how it worked, and you had to know those button presses. You don't have to do that with the rotary switch on these lights. Now in terms of the lumen output differences on these three lights, the IF23 puts out 4000 lumens, the IF24 puts out 2000, and the IF24 Pro puts out 1800 lumens respectively. And in terms of beam distance between these two, the IF24 puts out a beam distance of 251 meters, and the beam distance on the Pro is 340 meters, so a longer beam distance with the Pro. But there you have it, just a quick comparison there between these Sofirn lights. Again, a lot of people like this rotary dial switch. A lot of people found it easier than memorizing the UI on the original IF23. So I really think it's up to what your personal preference is. You can switch this to the flashlight, of course, switch it to that RGB light, keep going around to that COB light or that work light, which is great. Kind of neat that this is a regular bright white light, but then you can switch to the flashlight and you get that soft white light. So it's nice that it has the combination of a soft white and a bright white light on the same flashlight. And of course this button on the center switches light on and off. You can just use that to operate it, or you can also change the modes with that button. But that's how this flashlight works. So there you have it, folks. I'll have a link to all these flashlights in the description. You can check them out. Excellent flashlights from Sofirn. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Sofirn IF24 Pro or any of these Sofirn lights if you tried them. I like the fact that it's 3 flashlights in one. I think that's really neat. I mean, if you're going to have a regular white LED emitters on here, you might as well have add those center RGB emitters on the flashlight. Might as well have it there anyway since you're doing it. So also has a lanyard clip here in the bottom. I didn't mention that, but you can see that right there, a little lanyard loop there. That's the Sofirn IF24 Pro. Please remember to like and subscribe. All those actions helping to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.